My friends, Joseph here, and today's momentum tip of the day is about perception. It's about how we see reality, more specifically NLP frames and metaframes. So I went to a seminar 20 years ago, and the seminar, the instructor asked the class, who here is the most clumsiest person in the whole classroom? And a woman got up and she's like, I'm the clumsiest person. I can't catch a ball. I can't do anything. I'm just clumsy and, I lose things all the time. And that's how she related herself in life. As somebody who's clumsy, she loses things. And just the leader of the seminar said, well, I want to have you shift your perception of yourself. And shifting your perception of yourself, you might be able to change this, providing you're coachable and you're open-minded about it. So he took out a tennis ball and he told her, I'm going to pick a tennis ball. I'm going to toss it to you. And I want you to catch it. Do your best job catching it. Every single time he tossed the ball, she would drop it or it would fall. And she's like, well, I'm clumsy. That's just how it is. So he shifted the exercise, basically said, I want you to perceive, really be with me now, connect with me eye to eye. I'm going to toss this ball to you, but instead of thinking of yourself as being clumsy, just really be with me, more specifically be with the ball. Put your attention on the ball. I'm going to throw it slowly to you and connect with the ball. And he did. They tossed the ball. And lo and behold, moments passed and she caught it. He threw it again. She caught it. He threw it a little faster and she caught it this time. The whole classroom was on the complete awe about this. And this exercise is actually taken from a book called The Inner Game of Tennis. But how this relates to ourselves and our lives is that when we perceive of ourselves as being clumsy, perceive ourselves being a certain way all the time, we start framing ourselves and framing a reality and creating agreement in the world that we are this. And at some point, we've enrolled everyone in the world, everyone around us, that we are that way. And I realized for myself, when I actually chose to learn how to swim, I had enrolled people in my life in the idea that I couldn't turn my head all the way when I wanted to swim. And I basically made that up. I made that up as a means to get out of having to swim in my life. And as I told people that in my life, people believed it and kind of created this reality that, hey, I'll never learn how to swim because of this reason. I just can't do it. I'm afraid of drowning and I can't do it. I just can't turn my head. And when I shifted that, so the pool that I was in when I was living, there are lines in a pool. You kind of look at the line and swim across. This specific pool have lines for each lane. So it's basically in my lane, looking at the line. And I decided to shift my perception to kind of connect with the line as I was swimming and really be with it. I've also learned how to connect with breath control a little bit more too. It's the combination of breath control and the frame of, I want to swim. I'm getting into flow. I'm streamlining my way to success. Lo and behold, I was able to swim. I was able to swim one lap. And eventually that one lap, after a few days, I was able to do 2 laps to a point where I could do 20, 30 laps simply by shifting my perception of myself, giving up the story that I can't swim, hence that frame or the meta frame that I enroll people into that I can't swim. So I want to invite you, where are you holding on to stuff? Where are you holding on to labels in your life? Do you consider yourself someone who's late all the time? Do you consider yourself someone who can't get things done, who's a starter? Be mindful of the labels you put on yourself, because when you have an always, or this is always how it is, or this always has been and will be, you're creating a reality. You're rolling yourself, you're buying yourself into it, and you're all having others buy into it as well also. And pretty soon, I promise you this, when you recognize the power of this, you can transform every area of your life. Any belief that's in the way, whether it's around public speaking, whether it's around relationships, whether it's around doing sales calls, building your business, scaling, it's just embracing that anything is potential. Anything is possible. You have full potential within yourself. And a lot of this comes from language, how we see the world, how we see ourselves in this world, and also how we've enrolled people in our lives to believe the BS that we've bought into ourselves. So that's today's momentum tip. Go to momentumtips.com for more tips, and I will see you on the other side.